All right, if you just joined us, it's still Journalist Hangout. I still have Mayor Kimpelu right here and Tunde Abaton. All right, let's move straight to our next conversation. The price of liberty, they say, is eternal vigilance. Echoing this timeless warning, the Department of State Services, DSS, has raised the alarm over imminent planned attacks by the Islamic State West Africa Province, ISWAP, on communities across Kogi and Ondo States. According to a confidential memo cited by DSS, the terrorists have begun surveillance of soft targets and identified local government areas, and security agencies have been urged to heighten alerts and preemptive measures to forestall possible coordinated assaults. Tunde, now that the DSS has given the early warning of planned attacks in Ondo and Kogi states, the question is, what next?
Well, one is not expecting that the DSS will have come out to say this thing. That warning should have gone to the security agencies that are directly involved, that the Nigerian Armed Forces, because it's not a question of police alone, it's a question of the Nigerian Army. One would have expected that they will have passed on the information before it becomes public opinion. For DSS to come out and begin to say that, it means that maybe there's no synergy between the... We are not supposed to hear about it. The Nigerian Armed Forces, they are supposed to be more involved about this thing before the DSS comes out.
So you think it's an error on the part of the DSS?
I'm not saying it's an error. It's hardly...
They will have informed those agencies, though.
It's common for you to see DSS coming out to talk. They don't normally talk because it's security. So what we would have expected that we will not allow... Because the problem with Nigeria is that we forgot nothing and learned nothing. We are in a situation allowing the same thing to repeat itself all the time. There was warning when they attacked Benue too. People, they won too, and yet they were caught napping when these people came. So I think all the security agencies, and mark you, if you look at the pattern of the way they were striking, they have moved away from Benue State now. They are now in the north central. They have gone to Kwara. Now, Kogi is in the periphery of Kwara State. From Kwara State, the next state you see is Ondo State. So it's a gradual, carefully planned movement to the southwestern part of Nigeria that is regarded as being much more peaceful.
Safe.
So it has a lot of undertone if these people should be able to carry out the same attacks. Mark you, in 2022, they carried out similar attack in a war. James African Shore War. While a service was going on, they did the same thing. So up to now, yes, they have been arraigned in court, but nobody knows what has happened to them. So the Nigerian Armed Forces, the ball is now in their court to preempt, because they are supposed to be preemptive. These people are dastardly. They are importing the insecurity in the northern part of Nigeria. They are bringing down to the south. Because the middle belt, the north central, is the middle between the south and north. And the closest state to the north, to north central, is Ondo.
It's Ondo and Kwara.
And Kwara State. And Osun State on the fringe. Because after Osun State, you go like this, you see Ondo State. Ondo State, you come to Kogi. So all these things, it's a pattern which the Nigerian Armed Forces have to do something to stop it before they strike. Because sharing intelligence is also about the reasons why armed forces have failed over the years. If they don't share intelligence, there's no way you will know when they are going to strike. And unfortunately, those terrorists, they have more intelligence within the Nigerian army. They know how to move. They know when to move. Mark you, the people in Benue said that immediately those people left, the security people, soldiers left that particular community. The terrorists came 2 hours later and slaughtered a lot of people, which means they have the intelligence about the movement of the Nigerian Armed Forces. So this is a challenge to the Nigerian Armed Forces to actually update their intelligence. No, it's not about raw warfare. To update their intelligence movement and be strategic enough to curb their coming to the southern part of Nigeria.
I mean, Mayor, do you agree with him? Because the DSS releasing it and not giving...
No. There's no way the DSS will not have... Because if you notice that the story itself is talking about a cited memo. So there's no way DSS will not have informed other security agencies. It's just that that it leaked and it becomes a public issue is what we should discuss. But I could think that maybe one of the reasons why they allowed it to become something to be discussed in the public space is for citizens of these communities to be aware so that they can be on guard. Which is part of the intelligence gathering thing. Having said that, ISWAP we know that ISWAP now is becoming stronger because ISIS, that is they are affiliated to, is trying to stage a comeback. You know, they've been put in check in different places, especially in northern Iraq and northern Syria. And because now they are trying to bring themselves back, and most of their activities is now in Africa, especially in the Sahel region. So we have to be very careful. And usually, if you notice that there's been increase in attacks and bombings in the theater of war in the northeast. So, and they've been moving down because now some of them, they now work hand in hand with bandits. Some of them have become bandits. So that is why they'll be able to move down to North Central, especially Kwara and Kogi. So based on this intelligence, I would suggest that the security agents have to be on their guard, because what they will come for will not be, they will not take on the security agencies. But what they want to do is to look for sub-targets in these places to be able to inflict maximum pain. So we have to be now, everybody has to be vigilant, including members of that community. They must look out for different things. They must look out for unusual things within their community and inform the security agencies. All right.
We have Adeyemi calling in from Mowi. Adeyemi, you have the floor.
Yes, good day. Please, I just want to make contributions to the show.
Go ahead.
Concerning the APC rally that happened yesterday.
All right, real quick.
So the thing is, it's sure for Tinubu in 2027, I mean, with all the governors coming in and everything. But even though it's sure for him, we should be careful, because there are a lot of things that within the party, especially in Lagos State and all the Southwest states, that have issues that have not been settled. Like you said, hopefully it will be settled in the next 2 years. But if not, there are going to be a lot of surprises for him, especially within the Southwest.
All right.
So that's just the contribution.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I like that point that you raised, but I'll come to you. What preventable strategies should the DSS and the state governments mentioned, talk about Ondo and Kogi, should be doing as a matter of urgency so that they can neutralize these threats before they materialize?
To be forewarned is to be forearmed. I like the fact that there was a meeting between the local government, all the CDAs or communities in that area, because these isolated communities that people will go to. Thank God that the kind of the demography of the Southwest and North Central is different from that of far north, that you travel 10 kilometers without getting a police station or some other things. So that one should be an advantage. Let us mobilize, let them mobilize from the grassroots level, so people to be aware and give on, let there be a change in the security architecture of that particular area. Because the problem is that if they are able to penetrate through Kogi and Ondo States, the other Southwest states are not safe. And by inference, Nigeria is unstable. So I think we should involve more of traditional rulers, government. At least governors have security force. What are they using it for? Police and some other things. Let them use it, deploy it to get more information, to coordinate local communities.
All right, we have Ade calling in from London. Ade, go ahead.
This made me to remember my late governor, Ateredolu, of blessed memory, that started Amateku. Because when he came to my town 3 years back, they came to the church and massacred people anyhow. It took 3 years because the federal government didn't do anything. Thank God for this federal government, they are prosecuting them now. So what I expect the government to do now is to mobilize the police to the churches. Because if the church went that day, very easy. Because no security, nothing. So they should mobilize people to the church in that place so that they can guide the church on Sundays, because that's their main target. You understand?
Yes.
So I'm appealing to the government to do that. So
Thank you. Before we go on a quick break, what are the options available to the state governors? Just in 30 seconds, because they're screaming at me now.
Yeah, I think they should mobilize. They should be able to have a rapid response squad that will be on standby that can be deployed immediately. Okay. That should be grassroots security architecture that will be able to be that will work more on intelligence gathering.
Yes.
So that they can, if they see anything unusual, they can inform the security people.
Absolutely.
So that the response of the security people can be
swift.
Swift, yes.
All right then.